Kevin, just revisit Mikey's night last night with the 5 hits.
Yeah, big night. We were talking about it about 30 minutes ago, the last guy to do it, and how many people in the coaching staff room had ever done it, and we were going back to Little League to find days like that. So I think he's got some family or some friends here. That's pretty special for him to, get to do that in front of some people that are close to him.
Getting Cabby back in the lineup had to be good to write his name down.
It is. It's huge. I mean, we all know what he's done all year, but in large part in the lineup and offensively since the All-Star break and coming off the DL. He solidifies a lot of things for us. He hits right in the middle of the lineup and plays tremendous defense. So we're excited to have him back.
And Richie batting second, is that right?
Yep. Longo DH. We're on a long stretch of no days off, and we're just getting guys off their feet. Like you saw yesterday with KK and Logan getting off their feet. Longo, we kind of had this DH day planned out against Chen, and then they changed up the rotation, so it came on the third day as opposed to the second.
There's probably going to be a lot of fans going, hey, Mikey had 5 hits yesterday. Why you have him sitting today?
Yeah, which we understand that. But I think, looking at our guys with Longo DHing, I mean, Brandon Geyer has done a tremendous job in that role all year. And Mikey will be back in there very soon. We were confident he probably couldn't do it again.
This has kind of become a theme here, but to think where Erasmo is now, given where he started, and he's had a few games where he's struggled a little bit more recently, and then obviously the other night kind of seemed like put that away.
Yeah.
Have you been impressed with his consistency of work or his body of work?
Yeah, I think we've all been extremely impressed. I think part of that add to that just the way the season got off to the start it got off for him. It wasn't good, and he made an adjustment, many adjustments, and he's been able to maintain those adjustments throughout the course of the year. Before the New York start, it seemed like he was throwing the ball really well against Baltimore and Detroit, and then one big inning came out of nowhere on him. But he made the adjustment again against the Yankees and was extremely efficient. But what he's meant to this pitching staff, to our team, has been huge this year.
Overall, what have rookies meant to this team?
Quite a bit. I mean, it seemed we've had our share, and they've come up. Some have started the year with us, and a lot have been here at different parts of the season. But we feel like, for the most part, they've all contributed in some capacity, even if they're not rookies, younger players. We've got a lot of contributions from our guys that have come through our development system and guys that we acquired with little service time over the off season.
Going back to the staff, you mentioned how much Erasmo has meant. It's easy to forget how young Jake is also, and yet you seem to, look at him as one of the veterans of the staff.
Yeah, you do, and we don't forget how young all of them are. I mean, Matt Moore's in that group, Chris Archer's obviously in that group. That kind of excites us, knowing that these guys, they're good. They've had good seasons, and they're only going to get better. And I think that youth will continue. Like we've always talked about, they pull for each other, but when it's their day to start, they really take a big initiative on going out there and producing for this team.
Is there a game plan for him tomorrow, or what is the game plan if there is one, as far as his distance in the game and so on and so forth?
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. We'll just let him pitch, kind of like he's been doing.
Is that kind of one of the maybe silver linings of this season, is that with some of the younger players, you've gotten longer looks than you probably would have, so maybe better evaluation of them going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a benefit. I mean, ultimately, when you break spring training, you want the guys you anticipate having to be as healthy as possible. That doesn't happen for any team, I don't think. So a lot of the guys that we've seen and a lot of the opportunities that have presented themselves, we've been very fortunate to get to see these guys, and it gives us a better understanding of our players going into future seasons to come.
But in the case of Erasmo, I mean, if you go back to spring training, he wasn't even part of to have his element added to the team. That's like a total find, right?
It is a total find, and you know he's versatile. He's shown the ability to pitch out of the pen. He's obviously shown that he can be a very successful starter. You know, he's been a great addition to the club that you weren't anticipating in spring training.
You added Cabby to the lineup card. Is Cedeno on the lineup card today? Is he good to go?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean we'll monitor it, but he came in feeling really good. So it's a little different when you're not dealing with an arm issue. It was more of a side oblique issue. He felt really good. So yes,
And he's still on for tomorrow with McGee and Caselli.
yes.
Yeah, we talked about Carnes the other day. How about Andres? He hasn't pitched in like a week or so. Is he fine?
He's totally fine. We had him up yesterday, I think twice, and just the way the game played out didn't allow for an opportunity. But no, he's good, and we hope to get him in there here soon.
Thanks, everybody.